Namaste and welcome to Office Yoga with Laura Ann. Today I'm going to be guiding you through a short yoga routine that you can do at your home office or your worksite office using your chair and your desk as props. One of the main complaints I hear as a massage therapist and yoga teacher mainly from my corporate and office clients is that they have real tight, sore shoulders and neck from hunching over the desk every day, as well as low back pain from sitting in a desk all day, compressing their lower spine. And the medical community has told us now that sitting all day is equivalent to smoking a pack of cigarettes. So they advise us to get up once an hour, walk around, do some stretches, and so forth. So I'm just going to show you a short routine that can help you out with that during your workday. So let's begin. Take a moment to just sit up nice and tall in your chair. Roll your shoulders down. Root your tailbone, your hips into your seat. Have your feet and your knees about hip distance apart. Gently tuck your chin. Turn your palms up. And take a moment to connect with your breathing. Scan your body. Release any neck and shoulder tension. And begin to slowly, gradually deepen your breath. And with each inhalation and exhalation, maybe say a word or two to yourself, something that will help you feel more relaxed and calm, such as, I want to feel more calm. I want to feel more clarity. I want to feel more relaxed. So, whatever you can say to yourself to begin to relax your mind. You can also just focus on your breath. Yoga tells us as our breath slows down, our mind slows down, and then our thoughts begin to kind of drift off into the distance. So using your visualization and your breath to bring your awareness to your body and to your breath in this present moment. And that's one of the purposes of the centering practice. Next, begin to roll your shoulders backwards and forwards a couple times. Shrug the shoulders up towards your ears and relax them down. Slowly turn your head from side to side a couple times, noticing these areas and how you feel. Where our attention goes, our energy flows. So you're basically flowing some energy to yourself right now. Beginning to circle your head as long as you don't have any neck issues. And make sure if you have any injuries or medical conditions, be sure to listen to your medical doctor and don't do anything that feels uncomfortable or unnatural to you. You can also make sure, bring your chin down and lift the chin up, feeling a stretch on the front and the back of the neck. So make sure that you're practicing at your own pace within your own range of motion. And just try to enjoy the stretches. Bring your arms down by your sides. Inhale, bring your arms up, lean back on your chair, opening your heart, bending your elbows. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. Breathe into your heart. And then bring the elbows in towards each other and slowly round your spine toward your elbows towards your thighs. Inhale up again. Arch your back. Slowly look up. Breathe in and out. Exhaling, elbows toward the tops of your thighs. And come up. Place your hands on tops of your thighs and then begin cat-cow, rounding and unrounding your spine. Inhaling forward, exhale round, loosening up the back muscles, as well as hopefully bringing more blood flow, increasing circulation and flexibility in that area. Next, basically circling at your hip joints, but you can also kind of undulate your spine a little bit and then roll your shoulders around. So you're also checking in with your body. You're exploring, noticing any areas of tightness or tension, and then breathing into those areas, mindfully ask them to release and relax. Next, we'll do a seated sun salutation flow. So bringing your arms by your side, you're going to inhale, bring your arms overhead, lean back slightly. Exhale, coming to a forward fold. If your back is really tight, you just fold over your thighs. But otherwise, slide your hands down towards your tops of your feet. Inhale, hands to your shins and come halfway up. Exhaling, fold back in. Fold your arms. Hold your elbows and let your back stretch out.
If possible, bring the crown of the head toward the floor. Or if you get lightheaded, lift your head up. Be careful, don't hit your head on the desk. And then slowly turn your head from side to side. And just allow the muscles in your back to softly relax and stretch out. Bring your head to center, nod your head forward and back a couple times. Still continuing to relax tightness and tension maybe in the neck and the shoulders if you have it. Unfold your arms, slide your hands all the way up to your hip creases. Draw your elbows, shoulders back, lift your heart, lift your chin, look up. Exhale, round your spine, arms long, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhaling, fold in, hands toward the tops of your feet. Slide the hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway up, look up. Exhale, fold in. Let your arms just hang here. And maybe roll the shoulders out a little bit more and then feel your back stretching out, particularly in your lower back. If you can reach back and maybe massage your lower back a little bit. Just tap, tap, tap with your fingertips and rub up and down gently with the fingertips on your spine. And then hands back down, sliding your hands up again. Push your feet down and engage your lower abdominals as you roll up. To make it a little easier, roll your shoulders back a few times and then come back to center. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, gently twisting to your right, gazing towards your right shoulder. Keep your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, center. Exhale, twisting left, gazing towards your left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Interlace your fingers, stretch your palms away, arms overhead, bending your elbows if you need to. Inhale and exhale, bend to your right, press your left foot and your left hip down. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to your left, press your right foot and your right hip down to avoid the hip coming up. Inhale, center. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And you can mindfully repeat to yourself, I want to feel calm. I want to feel peace. The reason I say it like that is because if you're not there, if you're not really calm yet, the words calm, I am calm, might feel a little awkward to you. But if you say you want to feel a certain way, you're actually inviting that feeling in, and then you can receive that feeling. So there you go. Okay. Next, we're going to lift up your right leg and you can hold on to the side of the chair with the left hand and just begin to circle at that hip joint. Just checking in and circling a couple times in both directions. Bring the leg back to center, hold under the leg, interlacing your fingers, and then stretch the leg out and in, checking in with that knee joint. And then holding on to the side of the chair, scoot forward a little bit. And I can't see my feet, but I'm actually bringing my heel down to the floor. There we go. So you can feel a stretch. You should be able to feel some stretching in the back of the leg. In fact, if your hamstrings are really tight, you can have a slight bend in the knee. And then from there, hinging from your hips, make sure you're stable on your seat. You can bend forward to stretch out the hamstring a little more, maybe slide the hand down, but avoid the knee. You never press on the knee joint. And then slide down. And you can actually take the other arm and then arc that arm over like you're just kind of doing a little deeper side bend. But again, make sure you're not pressing on the knee joint. And then come back up. And then bring that leg in. Lift the leg up again. And if possible, cross the ankle above the opposite knee, or you can cross at the calf. Hold the ankle with the left hand, gently pressing against the inner right thigh with the right hand. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Excuse me. And as you exhale, hinging from your hips, folding forward. And you're trying to keep a neutral spine here so that you don't, lose the integrity of the stretch. So you should feel some stretching on the right hip area. You may feel it on the inner thigh, outer thigh. Make sure that foot stays flexed to protect the knee. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And then come back up, uncross that leg, tap it out, and just sit for a few seconds here, And see if you notice any difference between the right leg and the left leg. Allowing the body to calibrate what you just did, consolidating your gains, and meditating, just lightly meditating to quiet your mind. And open your eyes, and we'll do the other side. So lifting the other leg, hugging in a little bit. If you need to hold the other side of the chair with the right hand, if you circle, checking in with that left hip. And by the way, you can lean back on the chair for support a little bit if you need to. Bring the leg up a little higher, and then extend the leg, press through the heel, and then bring that foot down to the floor. You're adjusting yourself on the chair so your hips are nice and squared on your seat. Bending from the hip crease, make sure you're not going to slip off the chair. And then maybe slide that hand down. And as long as you're stable and your chair is not moving out from under you, inhale and arc that arm over. Kind of like you're doing a side bend, bringing that leg over out to the side a little bit. And then going into a little deeper side bend, if that's available to you. Or you can, just rest your arm, your thigh on the thigh, but never pushing on the knee. So make sure you're pressing the heel down. You can have a slight bend in that knee, and then come back up and bring the knee back in. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes for a few moments. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And then cross that leg over, holding the ankle with the right hand, gently pressing against the inner thigh with the left hand. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, and as you exhale, hinging from your hips, folding forwards, breathing into the stretch. So in yoga, we have something called the edge. And you feel the edge when you go into a posture or a movement and you feel the resistance. You stop at that point and just breathe to allow the body to soften and relax so that you can go a little further. You never force past your edge and go into pain. And I always say in my yoga classes, no gain with pain. So keeping that in mind. Inhale as you rise up. Come back to center, tap it out, and check in. Notice what you feel and where you feel it. Bringing your legs and your feet and your thighs all the way together. Actually press your legs all the way together. Bring your arms out to T. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, reach into one side. And then center. Exhale, reach to the other side. And center. So you're pressing your legs in to keep your hips solid. And then reach over. You're not twisting, you're just reaching over, bow and arrow. So you can make fists with both hands, keeping the thumbs up, and then draw your hand across your chest and then open, and then reaching across to the other side, draw the bow across your chest and open. Okay. And now bring your arms down, roll the shoulders out. Again, relax your lower body. So let's come up to standing and finish with some standing exercises. So you can move your chair over to the side. And I'm gonna lift my camera up a little bit. I want you to be able to see my feet and my head if possible. So we're gonna start out placing your hands, bending forward slightly, soft bending your knees, placing your hands on your desk, and then just walk back, going into a supported downward facing dog, and then bicycle your feet, stretching out the backs of the legs again. You can squat down and then come up onto the balls of your feet and then back down onto your heels and squat down. Come up. And then if your desk is nice and steady, you can maybe lift up to like an up dog position, but make sure that my desk is actually on wheels, but I know it's not going to move out from under me. So you have to make sure that that desk is not going to move out from under you. And you just shift back and forth a couple times here. Lifting your heart, coming onto the balls of your feet, and then back down onto your heels. From here, have your feet about hip distance apart. Step your right foot forward, bend that knee, and you can come up onto the ball of the back foot or have a slight bend in the back leg, back knee. Raise one arm up, look up, and then maybe you can put both arms up, bring both arms up for crescent pose.
And take a couple deep breaths. And then you just go as far into the back bend as you feel comfortable. And then bring the hands down. Pivot the back heel to the floor, opening up to a warrior two. And then maybe you can separate the legs, or maybe you have to bring the feet a little closer together. Check in with your balance. And then you can adjust accordingly. Bring that outer arm straight out from your shoulder. Bring the other hand up for warrior two, gazing over your fingertips. Take a couple deep breaths. Draw your shoulder blades in. Lift your heart and your spine. Bring the hand down. And then extend that arm. See if you can maybe bring the forearm down to the desk. Extending that upper arm next to the side of your face. And then gazing up toward the ceiling. I'll come back up. Bring this hand down. Now you're not going to push on the leg or the knee. Just you can even bring your arm behind your back and then lift the opposite arm up, going into a reverse warrior. Press down, press your heels isometrically. See if you can press your heels in towards each other to activate the inner thigh muscles and really stabilize the lower body. And come back to center. Straighten that leg, going to triangle, and dipping under that hip. And feeling the stretch on the back of this leg. And this is also a nice posture to release back tension. You can have the outer hand on your hip, shoulder, or you can have the arm straight out from the shoulder and gaze up toward that thumb, or you can look down toward the floor or straight at your monitor. Come back up, bend that knee again, straighten, and then bending from your hips, going into a wide-legged forward fold. Feeling the stretch in the inner thighs, and then come up. Walking heels in, heels, toes, march it out. And then you're going to step back to the front of your desk. This time, you're stepping the opposite foot back for crescent pose. Your toes are pointing straight ahead here, and your feet are about hip distance apart. Bending the, one of my cats trying to come through. All right, man, hang in there. I'll be done in a minute. So bending the opposite knee this time, raising one arm or maybe both arms up in front of your desk, whichever works best for you. Take a couple deep breaths. This time, maybe you can interlace your fingers, bring your hands to your heart, look up. One more deep breath in and out. And then reaching out, bring your hands back to your chair, lifting the back heel, pivot, and straighten the front leg. So now we're moving into our warrior two posture. Maybe you can separate the feet a little wider. The front heel should be lined up with the back arch or the back heel. And then you can bring the back arm up, straight out from the shoulder. Keep your other fingertips on the desk, or you can bring that arm up and bend that front knee. You're gazing over your front fingertips here, and then going into the reverse warrior, and then into your side angle bend. And then from there, bringing the hand to the hip, straightening that bottom leg, keeping your hands on your hip, shoulders, or you can extend the arm, gazing up toward the thumb, down towards your foot, or in the opposite direction. And then bring that hand down, turn the toes towards each other, and then bend the front knee and just kind of hop or step that foot forward, march it out, and go back to a downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And come up onto the balls of the feet, shifting your weight forward a little bit, and just making sure that that desk is not going to slip out from under you. And just walk up to your desk. You can fold your arms, and this is a nice way to do a supported standing forward fold. Lower your forehead or the crown of the head on the top arm. Take a couple deep breaths in and out, and then bend your knees, and then slowly rise up. Come back to your chair, and then scan your body one more time. Just take a minute or so to rest your mind a little further, a little longer. And then one more sun breath. Inhale up and exhale down. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. And until next time, have a wonderful rest of your workday. Namaste. Thank you for being here.